Morning. How's everybody? I appreciate we're quite a bit early today, which means a lot of people are probably not going to be here, and a lot of folks probably miss us, or at least miss the start of it. But it is New Year's. It is a day for kind of family and friends and such, so short one as well today. Don't worry about it if you miss it. You guys know how I feel about that. I just appreciate everybody that drops by regardless. Don't worry, it's all chill. Also, I woke up with a bit of a sinuses creeping up on me, a bit of a cold. So if I'm feeling a bit or sounding a bit rotten, that'll be why. But honestly, today I've had a couple of ideas in the mind. One, obviously, is carry on the storage and do whatever to all this. Two, is to do some sort of transfer system from the farm itself. So we get our seeds or crops from the farm and bring them up here and do something around that. But the only issue we got there is we need some way to harvest all this and plant it all, which is not an impossible task. We just need a few vacuum pumps and things like that. Might look at doing that. We do have this set up on a 9x9, isn't it, or 3x3 even. So we only need 2 vacuum pumps potentially. So we might have a look, see what happened there. Do it that way. I just think if I do look at doing stuff to the farm, obviously we've got to be a little bit careful that we don't encroach on the watering system, so we need to keep things somewhat free from that. And also, what we like for metal, we are pretty slack on the old metal. Because I'd like to use these wireless transfer tubes, which, yeah. So they're going to be a lot of glass and a lot of metal anyway. So let's just go on a trip out right now. We got some spuds. We'll go on a trip out and get some metal. It's turning to night time anyway, so just might as well go for a wander. Do some good deeds. Smash up some hay bots, get some metal, and then get that refined. I also thinking about doing like a little monorail system to go from my base to the farm. So it's got like a little monorail track and maybe a little like cable car kind of thing that I can just sit and chill in, rather than running up and down the hill all the time. Which, let's be honest, there's no effort at all to go up and down the hill, but it just adds a little extra element to it, I guess. Kind of brings it all together. But I was thinking that after everything that we've been through with the base and stuff, that we don't want to obviously build it connected to the base and to the farm, because it's only a matter of time before one of them lets go and we end up popping out in the world again. So there are a few ideas. We'll just see where we get. Ultimately, we just need a lorry load of metal. That's it, really. So maybe we just end up going harvesting all day. We'll see. Like I say, just a short one today. Short, by the way, still meaning like a couple of hours. But not 4 again. Ultimately, we'll just see what happens. See where we get to. See who pops in. See whose notifications wake them up. And yeah, we'll just enjoy a little chilled, relaxing one again today. Same as always. You guys know how it is. We're just here to enjoy it. And if people don't make it, excuse me, then There'll always be the video to catch up on. If you guys want to catch up on the video, that's another reason why I don't want to make this one too long. Morning. How are we, Garrett? Oh, missed the lift. That was a great one. How's it going, Alexander? Thanks for dropping by, guys. I know, like I said, we're a bit early today. But it's New Year's and that, family time and stuff. And I'm feeling a bit grog today, so we'll see how it goes anyway. It will be alright. It'll just be a shorter one. Still try and give you guys a daily fix anyway. I really appreciate everybody. Happy New Year, fella. See how many drunk Australians turn up this time of day. Wait, where do I get up here, isn't it? Where's this other hay block? This happened to me last time I was in here, and then I start to get beat down on areas. We're a little bit unsure today, Garrett, in all fairness. There's a couple of ideas that I'd like to do. I just don't know how well they're going to come off because we are going to need so much metal. So I'm kind of toying with the idea of trying to get as quick as I can, basically. Trying to get what am I trying to say? Farm harvesting. Get that automatic, and then have it so that it sends the produce over to home, so that I can like have a chest at a vehicle or something using the wireless transfer tubes. If I've got a vehicle that they like send a veg to even, so I can just sort of load up the vehicle and off we go to the packaging station. Oh, hello. Just think we need to crack on really and get something. Yeah, get something in that respect. Some sort of vehicle and set up the packaging station itself anyway. But we need a lot of vacuum pumps basically. No matter what we do, that sooner or later we're gonna need. I don't know what, 4, 6, 8 vacuum pumps, and that's just for the first packaging station. Plus the farm, so planting and. So obviously the farm eventually is going to have to grow a bit just to fit all of the stuff on, because ultimately we've just not got enough space. It's all right for hand planting at the minute and using the automatic watering system, but if we want to make it automatic, we do need more space to get around us. We'll just have to see what happens, but yeah, it's going to be a grindy one. Unfortunately. We'll see what goes on. I think if we can get enough metal, we could probably get the metal miner out of the mod pack actually. That might benefit us substantially if we can keep it topped up with fuel. I'm not sure if it sounds fun, but it'll be something to do. I hope it's somewhat fun. But we're here for the chat. Let's use gravity and go down on top of this rock road. Effortless. How is everybody going today anyway? Difficult question to answer because a lot of mods potentially replace the same files, so they might not stack very well at all. They might not overlap very well. You might end up in a bad situation trying to use too many mods. I know that there's a couple. There's one that runs with Fance mods. I can't remember who it is, but the guy's in Fance Discord, and every time Fance tweaks his mod, the guy tweaks his mod as well, so that they can work side by side. But honestly, when it comes to just adding lots of random mods, it's probably not a smart idea, just because, like I say, of how many files they might change or how many things they share, similarities wise. And then you'll end up in a world of difficulties trying to understand which files do what, basically. Which is honestly why I will always only just use one mod pack. If I decided to use a different one, I would uninstall Fance and then I'd do it that way around. It's just a lot safer in terms of what happens to all your files with the game. It's not impossible, but it'd be a right headache, and your potential to get glitches and bugs and all sorts of issues is really high. Really, really high. Maybe I should put a Succomatic on this thing. He's sliding well. Automatic. I haven't got the reach. Who am I? We can just... there we go. Is it gonna get it? Is it gonna get it? No. Like, mods are great, don't get me wrong. I really love the fact that there is a modding community out there, and if it wasn't for them, this game would have been... well, I wouldn't be playing it now, that's for sure. So I'm grateful that there's a modding community. But every modder has their own ideas of what they want to do. So some just want to basically give you a way that's kind of like unlimited fuel, or, you know what I mean, something like this. Which potentially is overpowering, or you could argue is game breaking, but not necessarily. I think you know what I mean, what I'm trying to get at. It just makes it so much easier on the player. And the whole point of survival, you need some sort of, I guess, challenge or struggle. I mean, if you're going to treat it like creative mode, just with a growing farm element, I don't know, I think sooner or later you'll get bored a lot quicker, whereas you've got to have a little bit of something to do. That's just my 2 cents anyway. I say that from a point of view of using the dev commands and everything to make videos for a while, just to kind of speed up the process, and neglecting survival for what it is. So that's pretty much why this playthrough happened, really, on the stream. Because I haven't played survival for literal months, so I thought it was about time that I dropped back in and revisited it. And no better way to do that than with a bunch of people on stream. So it's been good. I have enjoyed it, apart from the obvious with the base popping out the floor and, you know, little frustrations, but if those things don't happen, then we can't appreciate the fixes, right? Exactly. It's exactly that. It's just a bit... If only there was a way to convert stone into metal. Even if you had to compress it like a diamond or something. I'd be more than happy to sacrifice a lot of stone for a bit of metal. been good. Come on. Thank you. Can we nick this corner? Can we nibble this corner? Not on this rock, we can't. Hopefully chapter 2 will add more to the game. Like, there must be more content coming other than just like the underground thing. Surely has to be a little bit more. Hopefully. We'll find out. Don't get me wrong, we'll find out. It's just when. Just too high, just that corner. I mean, eventually quests are going to come in. I don't know if they'll drop any in Chapter 2. They might drop 1 or 2 for Chapter 2. It's difficult to know. It really is difficult to know what's going to happen, but eventually we'll find out, let's be honest. Just a long waiting game, really, and see what happens. But it's not like it'll never happen. It's just we don't know when it'll happen. Hey, the base is self-sufficient. The farm is self-sufficient. That's currently squashing a load of butts. Actually, we'll just go down here and pick up the haybot legs. Will we fit underneath? We'll get the range. There was one more on this corner, wasn't there? No. Right, well that's all the haybots collected. 1. So that'd be nice. But yeah, I just want to, like, thinking about putting a little, I don't know what you call it, cable car system, monorail system, anything like that. Just to run it down and quick way down. Well, the logbook is there for kind of helpful hints and quests. So at least it's hinting that things are definitely coming this way. I guess we just don't know to what extent they're going to get here and how soon they'll get here, but you know, they'll get here. So let's think, right? So let's take the car. If we're going to be doing... I need level 3 metal so I can get these wireless transfer tubes. And then if I do wireless transfer tubes... what do I need? 1 vacuum pump. 2 vacuum pumps. To harvest it. Unless I have 1 vacuum pump on a piston, that could that work? It depends where we end up with the water, because the water system works right now. I don't really want to move it unless I have to. But in its current location, it works. It works fine. Don't have any beets or anything. No, we don't. We need some... There we go, carrot in. So, realistically speaking, I only need 1 vacuum pump to harvest. But I also need to be able to tuck it out of the way when it's not in use. So that's probably going to have to be here, maybe, or here. Either way, we can move the wall. The wall's not a problem. We could do an all-in-one system, so it kind of... But what I like about a vacuum pump is it will harvest a 3x3. But to plant a 3x3, obviously you've got to move over the top of every single plot. Excuse me. And that's so easy. I like that. If all else fails, we'll have to just shuffle things around. I do want to see, actually, if a vacuum pump... If a vacuum pump is sideways, like on the ground level mounted, how far will it go in? Will it only go in 3 glass? I need level 2 metal. Lol. Might have to do a trip to an ember farm unless we go and manufacture some embers. I mean, we've got plenty of wood, so we could build some ember. Craft some ember, whatever you want to call it. Could do the honey run as well, looking at it. What's in here? That's normal wood. We should put stone in that one. Because we've got a lot of this stuff. Unless stone is in this one. No, that's normal metal. Okay, cool. I'll try to, Fan. If I can understand what you're saying. Where are we? Where are we? So what you got there is literally that inward suspension is upside down and it's 0, and the outward suspension is 1. It just helps if your car's bottoming out, and for some reason that suspension should be dropped down, like so. It just keeps it in contention with the ground a lot easier than normal stuff. Works better on the long travel suspension, but the idea is there. It just basically stops the car bottoming out when you're going over rocks and stuff. That's what I found. I don't mind. Fant, you can tell me that. I really don't mind, but what I know is when I drive over a rock on the back, it works, because if the rock lifts up the car, the suspension has enough travel to kind of get me over the rock. So, in game, it literally does do something. In terms of the actual suspension for the car, it might not do a thing, but in terms of going over rocks and bottoming out the car, it's got enough travel to do something. Because if I change that so that that suspension piece isn't there at all, then when I go over anything in the car, then the suspension travel for the outside wheels doesn't do anything, so the car just bottoms out in the rock. Same with this. So yeah, like, it might not do anything, but it gives me suspension travel to bottom out the bottom of the vehicle and the wheels stay in contention with the ground. Button as well. I need a button as well. I want to see if I can get this somewhere. I'm going to ask a question. A little one over there might work. It depends who you ask, Garrett. Apparently nothing. I want to get it stuck, but it's not going to get stuck how I want it to get stuck. I mean, the front would be nice if the front dropped down. But that's what, like... So that wheel, because of the inward suspension, is able to get stuck on the rock, and that one drops it so the wheel's always in contention with the ground. Without that suspension there, it just bottom out. I don't understand how it does nothing. This is, I got no issues in you telling me it does nothing, but when I play the game and it does something... Like you telling me it doesn't do anything doesn't kind of overrule the fact that in game it does do something. That's what I mean. Like, so I'm quite happy to sit and listen to reason, but I need, like, explain it to me. Don't just tell me that it doesn't do anything. No, we can't fit on that. That's the idea, yeah. Super Peter. Because, like, individually, going around at the minute on the bumps and stuff, you can see the outside suspension works on all the little bumps on the terrain. Like, bumps it around, the suspension soaks up the bump of the wheel. So that's got us the kind of upwards travel that way. When we go down a dip where the suspension travel, the inside suspension collapses. When the inside suspension collapses, it kind of forces the rest of the suspension downwards, which keeps you a wheel in contention. I have that button still. Oh, I do not have the button. Oh, I brought a switch rather than a button. No. Gonna be here all day now, flicking the switch. Whew. You're probably right, Garrett. Put it on all fours, it probably won't do anything, but when it's on 2, from just playing around with it, I've never had an issue with it not doing anything. It's done exactly what I wanted it to do. Crunch. Apart from when we've not got any weight over the front wheels. Turning's a little bit tricky, but... I don't know, he said like every time that he's dropped in and seen it that just the way that it's set up on one wheel it doesn't do anything. So like I don't mind him saying that. I've got no issues with people telling me stuff, but like I'm not an engineer, I'm not a programmer or anything like that. So when I play the game and I see that it does something from like what I see in front of me, telling me that it doesn't do anything doesn't help me understand anything. I like explain it to me in a way that I understand, if you like. Like just telling me it doesn't do anything when it stops me bottoming out, when it's got suspension travel to go downwards so that the wheels are always in level with the ground. That to me is doing something. Just not high enough at the front to get over rocks to show you anything, but That's literally why it was designed. Like, I always make stuff that bottoms out, but to do something like that, well, obviously, it's got as much travel as the suspension is long, and it keeps that wheel in contention with the ground. It keeps it so, depending on the travel, you've always got drive wheels touching the ground. Then on top of that, we've also got the suspension under this wheel as well, so when we're bumping along, that one travels. Tell me how it doesn't do anything. Explain it to me. That's all I'm asking. If you increase the suspension settings, especially on the inside, it won't do anything. You won't get the travel. So even if I put that up all the way, so it doesn't collapse. This side collapses. This side just stays rigid. So then it doesn't do anything. Whereas if you collapse the inside suspension, the wheel drops down and it will stick to the ground. Call me dumb, call me stupid, like, call me whatever you like, but different people play the game in different ways, and people will play the game based on what they see happen or what they experience happen. Like, yeah, maybe from the code inside of it, maybe it literally doesn't do a thing, but from, like, the physical play side of it, the wheel touches the ground and it gives you more traction. If I stick that on a lift like that and lift it up there, without that suspension, that wheel's coming off the ground. So then I've lost traction to the ground, I've lost drive. So in that respect, it physically and literally does do something. Maybe in real world terms it shouldn't, because the suspension is basically cancelling each other out. But this is also scrap mechanic as well. I don't know. People do what works for them. Without the pipe travel and without all the bearings. So there's still lots of glass for this stuff. Let's go ember farming. After we put all this in here. Seeds, have we got any more seed storage left? I don't know. We're probably running out of seed storage by now. A little bit. Start smashing some of this up and getting us some fertilizer. We're gonna grab some embers. Breakdance. What we like for fuel. Let's go get some fuel. That's tickled a nerve, that is, I'm not gonna lie. If there's one thing that really kind of grinds my gears is when people tell people how to play a game. Doesn't matter what your knowledge or what you understand or whatever else. Some things won't work, I get it, and some people will see that, other people won't. But at the same time, just kind of let people play the game the way that they want to play it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But like I say, explain to me why it doesn't. Rather than telling me it just doesn't work, because it does what I want it to do. I don't understand. But alas, that's a difference between, I don't know, different people. Anywho. In reality, I guess it's more of a town than a city. I'm not a city person, they're not my thing. Cities are just, they're too overcrowded. I like the open air and the countryside. Hey Cherry, thanks for dropping by. How was your New Year? I'm guessing you guys have had your celebrations by now. That's just it, Peter. But, que sera. And now I can't move forwards. Do. Maybe. There are no conspiracy theories. They're just theories. Oh, fair play. I thought you guys would have had it by now. You're only 10 hours ahead. Garrett, we have everything. For the sake that our town is super small, we've got every major supermarket pretty much, other than at Asda, owned by Walmart as far as I'm aware. Although Asda Sainsbury's went into partnership with each other or something, or they were going to. I can't remember the supermarket battles, it's not important. Cherry, with half an hour to go, shouldn't you be like kicking back, relaxing, get your feet up, get a tinny or two? Not jumping onto YouTube, watching some random person playing Scrap Mechanic. So Peter, you Australian too, or are you a Kiwi? Scrap Mechanic till midnight. There's a hardcore folk out there. We don't intend to be doing a long one today, in all fairness, so. We'll see how we get on. One lonely tree, or 2 lonely trees. We'll clear this side up a little bit. Ah, fair play. Just more East Coast than... Ooh, we'll get where we want to go. There we go. Well, that didn't work how I wanted it to work, and now we've got his attention. Ooh. Gee, Louise. Do. I need to sort the weight out on this thing. This thing is a bit of a mess. No, I never said I was going to build a tank in the slightest. Why do you keep lying to people? First all these rumours about go-karts, and then tanks, and then... I don't know. I think you should play the game. And build your own tanks and go-karts stuff. I don't know why I came all the way up here just to put this stuff in here. There we go. Sand and glass. We're aiming for one of those, aren't we? Those teleportation things. I need so much glass. This should be ready now. For science. Right. For science. Put the switches away. I didn't build a go-kart. It was a runaway vehicle of some kind. Ooh, excuse me. That's what happens when you attempt to build stuff and it fights back. It's not good for your health. The robots will eventually win out in the end. Oh. So it only does a 2 plot. Shameful. Can I get it to go this way? Look at me, I can. So it can only reach a 2 plot, which is less than convenient, I guess. Still better to get it from above. If we get it from above, we'll need 2 vacuum pumps. How am I going to get it so it's not going to get in the way of the water? That's a trick question. Tricky question. It's not a trick question. It was just more of a hope than a good idea, I think. If I could remember anything, I'd have known that, because I've tried it so many times, but knowledge is power and that. Ooh. I mean, it's not impossible. We can just literally put it on a system somehow. It just runs a piston from the sides or somewhere. They've got to be connected though, that's the only thing, so that they can transfer it rather than using two transfer tubes. If I just put a piston this side and a piston that side, just push a vacuum over the top of it, that'd be easy enough. That's not a problem. I was hoping it'd do 3x3 sideways. If it could do 3x3 sideways, it'd have been a little bit better, but it is what it is. It's not too hard to kind of rectify anyway. Just want to get one of these bad boys. See, these need vacuum pumps as well. Ah. I'm going to need a storage chest anyway. So I can build up to it at least. I can build up to it. We need to do some honey. That's basically what's going to happen, Garrett. Chest on a piston, 2 vacuum pumps. Do it that way. It'll be... what? Easier? Better? Some words. I just got to get it closer, I guess. Yeah, that'll basically be what I end up doing, to be fair, Garrett. At least that way, like, I can kind of set it up with the chest and the pump. Won't let me shift click. It will not let me separate the switch. Do it that way. Just put all this in here for now. Get your fruits and vegetables. Why is there a component kit? Oh, electricity. I don't think it does. I think it falls one short on the side. I'll try. Don't get me wrong. I will try. But I'm pretty sure it's... yeah, it does it one short. I've left the water on, that's what that is. I can see some weird thing bounced up and down in the corner of the farm, and I thought it was a greenie had got inside. But it's the splash of the water that I forgot to turn off. We need to get this automated as well, really. Or on a timer, at least. I'll try and get the vacuum pump, like, as flush as I can against the edge of the crop and see what happens. The sorting system's great. It can sort 2 things. We can sort scrap metal. And we can sort stone, which I thought I had more of, to be fair. Yeah, I have been making glass though, so. But yeah, fantastic. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. How's it going, John? Thanks for dropping by. You joined us at the greatest time when lots of nothing's happening. suppose I could use a push button for that rather than a switch as well, because it's only going to be whack the button once and then doesn't need to be on a switch just yet. And then I need pistons, don't I? Or a piston. Blind, where is the piston? There it is. And imagine we're going to have to upgrade this just for the strength, because this thing's going to be heavy. Especially when it's got 2 vacuum pumps on it. I will need a switch after all. Yeah. Will I? I will, but just not yet. Oh, then we've got to find it. This one. Yay! Okay, that's alright. If it goes into that chest first, I can work with that. So we should take all of this rubbish out of here. And chuck it in the bottom. At least that way, anything new that's crafted should go into the chest on its own up here. For now. Ooh. Yeah, cool. We can do that. It's helpful, that's for sure. It does everything that you need it to do. We could come out that way, actually. Do, 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 do. I need that wood back that I've just put in here as well. Or I only need 1 wood anyway. And what else should we do? What have we got a lot of? Chemicals? Chemicals. Let's take some chemicals. Hey, the farm survived. Bada bing, bada boom. Like, these beats of this radio are something amazing, right? Ooh. Little slide and glide as we go across. I've got no problem with him criticising the suspension as long as he lets me know why. That's all I'm asking. It's like telling the child that they're wrong but not telling them why they're wrong. They're not going to know anything. Maybe we'll take this for the legs. And we have no legs. Of course not, because it's only a level 1 raid. I might throw a bit of concrete on the front of this as well, just to weight it down a bit, because it's a little bit loose. You got any on me? No. Actually, we should be able to reach in here. Here we go. And I've put it straight back. Fantastic. Let's not block the light this time. I seem to have a habit of doing that. That's better. Kind of. Right, onwards. More hay bots. Well, if we don't want to know, don't bother telling us. Sounds like it'll spoil the fun of it all. Go for it, Cherry. Enjoy. The greenie somewhere around. Let's hear him. There he is. Hey, little buddy. They have the fireworks on Sydney Bridge, don't they? A what? Come on, little friend. Hey. Oh dear. Not even 9 AM, my guy. Like, literally 8 minutes time, they're going to be in a different year. I'm pretty sure a boyfriend isn't called Sparklers. I mean, I know some people with interesting names through the game inside of life, but there's a different thing between gaming handles and real names. I'm so glad that I got these universal pictures. Temperamental. Take it easy, Cherry. Catch you when we see you. Come on, physics. See, that's something else, right? Let's just look at this from a point of view, okay? My grinder, my universal grinder, won't work from an engineer's point of view or a coder's point of view because there is no connection to the bearings that it runs on. Yet, here we are, able to spin it up and make it work. The real world application of stuff doesn't always work in the game. I have no idea what you're saying in Russian. I do not speak Russian. I can Google translate that, but it doesn't mean that I'll understand what you're saying. Can you not just make a random tube? I know you could launch potatoes like a mortar if you got an enclosed tube in and some hairspray. Winding and grinding up on the rock. There we go. Gotcha. Yeah, pretty much. All we have to do is ignite it somehow, and yeah. How's it going, Lion? Thanks for dropping by, my guy. You all set for later on? Good old New Year's and that. Lockdown world that we live in. Ooh, I'm dehydrated. Not good. Should have really kept an eye on that. More than likely. Wait, I don't know. Can't say I've ever looked into it. Nudge. There we go. Sounds about right. With a tipple or two in hand and trash on television. Why break the habit of the year? Ooh, we're full. Are we full? We've got space for one more, two more. We're as good as full as we'll get. A refiner probably would, yes. The chest would probably hang out a little bit. But the refiner definitely would. That's why I kind of use it how I use it at base. Wrap myself around a refiner at home. Happy New Year! Whee! I'm so glad I got my suspension. It actually works. Just the steering that's shite, but the suspension works. I blame the driver. Awesome, we're in. Whee! It's my hand in turning round rock. It's true. It is true. I don't know. It's a force of habit. It's the extra weight carrying it around. I just prefer to do it the long way, I guess. Right. What else do we need? Very good question. Oop. I mean, we can literally take this. Just put it out there. That's what I want to do. Well, you see, that's the joyful thing of using the transfer tubey wireless thing, whatever it's called. Teleporting tubey bit. You wouldn't need to. You could just turn up to your base, or even as you get close into render distance, switch on that bad boy and away you go. Not a trailer if it's fixed. If you do it right, you will do. That's true. If you are using vanilla Peter, it's easy to do it that way, I guess. Let's be honest. Alright, now I've got to work out the middle. That's the middle there. And That's the middle there. So this bad boy. Bad boy. Right, oh, I need to actually be in here. This is where this is all going to go wrong, because this is going to stick out too much. Or be too heavy. Answers on a postcard, please. We might be alright. That's a bit tight that way, and then this way it's not tight enough, right? Ooh, this isn't going to work too well. Because by the time we put that on a 90, it might be alright. It might be alright. It can come over a block or two. Ah, I've only got concrete on me. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Where's my middle line? My middle line's there, isn't it? It's kind of on the middle, I guess, mate. I don't know. How'd I get down here? The car? Great parking. That'd be interesting. So your system is like completely full. Interesting. Very interesting. Slowly getting somewhere with all the storage in here. Component kits and water next, I guess. How's it going, gaming? Aha. Ah, so it needs to go over like a width of a block that side. And then that one's in the right place. Are you joking? If I put a straight pipe in there, I don't think that's going to be enough. Yeah, we're good, thanks, gaming. Can't complain. I mean, we can complain, but we won't achieve anything. All things considered, we're well. So you basically got to cram everything so it's constantly filled up on a loot. That sounds more trouble than it's worth. Sounds very busy. Very, very busy indeed. Hey, when did Mandy creep in here? I don't remember saying hi to Mandy. Hi, Mandy. If you're still here. Which you're not. Never mind. Whee! Exactly, that's what testing is for indeed. Right, eat yourself off here. We'll leave the car up here. It's probably going to roll down now, isn't it? Yep. My plans for New Year's Eve, I'll probably just be chilling with friends on a bloody Xbox call or something. Might even try and treat myself to an early night's sleep. That's something I've been lacking for a while. Okay, so that will work. So then we just need another 90 and then we're laughing. I kind of feel that I need to put another pillar or something on this base. It looks a bit wonky being held up by 6 pallets or 4 pallets, whatever it is. So glad this thing isn't real time, 3 hours, 2 hours, you know. ABS. Long, long wait. But there are games that you can do that in. The Brilliant and Exciting Farming Simulator is one example. You can set that game to be real time, which is just crazy. So we need this. Oh, I put the switch away. Okay. Need to go get the switch just so that I can work out the piston length. Keep putting it back in the box. Bit daft, but it is what it is. It is what it is. There it is. Boop, 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 boop. Honestly, Garrett, I really don't know. I've got no idea. So is it 6 or is it 5? Because 6 is too far that way. It's 5. Okay, that was easy. Yay! And now the water's not going to be impeded. Awesome. Yeah, that everything's in here. Small win. It worked once we worked out what we were doing. And that can turn off as well. And then it gives us room for automating everything, taking it slow and steady. We'll get a transfer tubey thing on it eventually, an automatic, what do you call them, teleportation device thing. So that'll be able to spit it back across the base. Because it seems we're in render distance, which is awesome. That's true. Unless I put a 6-way pipe on it. If I put a 6-way pipe on one of the sides... I think the transfer tube would get in the way. So we'll put a 6-way pipe on the side or something. So then we can get a free 90. Everybody died so quick. Put it on this side maybe. It's not important which side, but yeah. So that's that pretty much all sorted. One of them costs a lot. You need another vacuum pump. You need 100 glass and something like 50 tier 3 metal. So we need a lot. 2 vacuum pumps because you need an in and an out. So we need 200 glass, 2 vacuum pumps, and 100 tier 3 metal. Oh wow! Which means we need a lot of normal metal. Nice. You know, the good thing is we've got plenty of water. Bosh. Still takes 10 seconds to do blocks, really? I can upgrade one more time for the faster speed. Okay. 20 component kits. How many we got? 75. Fair enough. Might be worth it. How many heads have we got? We've got 3. So I'm getting 9 more. We'll do that then. That'll kind of replace... Now we got more. That'll replace what we use. There we go. And it'll make things hopefully a little bit quicker anyway. Yeah, a lot quicker. Wait, why do I need to collect that? Surely it'll... Interesting. Hey, Rooster. Just because Khan dropped in once doesn't mean any collaboration of any sort is happening. Check yourself, bro. Don't get too excited. We all drop into everybody else's. It's no different to me dropping to his or... Well, I mean it is, literally, in terms of size, but... Other than that... He's working with Cosmo anyway. And it works better for them because they're time differences and stuff. Cheers, Rooster, and to you too. Hope it's a better one than it has been. And then, okay, so I could do one more up there. No, because I need to get to the filter. Unless I never get to the filter, in which case I don't need to do anything. Eve. Glass, 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 glass. That'll give me 100 glass, that'll give me 165, was it in total? 169, maybe. We'll see how that goes out anyway. Then we need to do 2 more vacuum pumps. And vacuum pumps are going to cost me honey. We need to go get some honey. I have no idea where there is any. Back to the old base, I think. There's plenty over there. I don't think that's how it works. I think he drops in to see why he's getting spammed by recommended video things on his YouTube, and he wants to see what the hell's going on. Tunes in just to see a strange suspension wall defense and catch the end of the stream, and then he goes, yeah, okay. Carries on in his own life. Collabs are a weird thing as well, I'm not gonna lie. Like, a lot of people have asked for a collab, but where I'm at right now, there's so much that I just don't feel like doing collabs. Not to take anything away from anybody or anything like that, it just... This whole YouTube thing for me is a bit of fun. And I don't know when my free time's available and things like this, and in a weird sense, when people start asking for collab, I kind of start to panic in a really kind of in a strange way, because it's like then you can't just do things as and when you want to. You got to start like putting a time to things and making plans and stuff, and it my stress levels, for whatever reason, go through the ceiling. Because it takes what's just a fun little hobby and kind of puts it into an element of work. And it's not an area that I want to go right now. And I think with this year and the way that this year has been, it's kind of really impacted me in ways that I never really thought were a thing. Which is kind of, it's bizarre and a little frustrating. Because there's been a few people who want to do some really cool little collabs. And I just haven't been able to wrap my head around it, in all fairness. And offer them a collaboration that would do them justice. It's a strange one. Hey Jonathan, I checked out your latest short. Love it, honestly. I'm like the work ethic that you put into your shorts are second to none, honestly. They're like actual proper little mini films. Where did I park the car? Here it is. Righty-ho. Why won't you just die? Thank you. Where did I just gone in the back? Didn't hear it get sucked in. Is everybody all excited for the coming year then? And the big change that everybody seems to think is going to happen. 2021 rolls around. There's no pandemic instantly. As soon as the clock strikes midnight wherever you are. Pandemic is over. The world is good. Hey, look at that suspension travel. Shame the suspension doesn't do anything, huh? I mean, I'm stuck now for the lows, but yeah. Yeah, we've got that over here right now. Apparently, anyway. Depends who you talk to. I think that's nudged it enough. Can he do it, Captain? Or maybe I can. Wiggle a bit. Wiggle a bit. There we go. I think the robot leg's keeping this from dropping. Whee! Bump. Anyway. Where were we? The noticeable trick to shorts. I mean, the worst thing about shorts is when you watch one, I noticed my recommended is just full of shorts. And when I'm sat at the desktop, I don't really care for a million shorts. Especially some of the rubbish that I get shown. If I see another recommended video that basically says, does Mr. Beast comment on small channels, and it's a 3-second long video, I'm going to sling YouTube out the window, because it's just nonsense posts. I mean, don't get me wrong, most of my Call of Duty posts are nonsense posts. But they're aimed at a specific nonsense audience. At least the scrap mechanic stuff has some sort of content to it. But they need to really sort out how the shorts are getting recommended, because it's mixing too much with the main bulk of the content, and it's gonna take YouTube in a completely different direction if they're not careful. And it's just all trash posts as well. Plus the speed in which channels are getting to 100,000 subscribers that are just posting 3 to 4, 5 second shorts is incredible. But I have heard news that they are potentially doing away with the silver play button. They might do something in a similar sense, something new, but the silver play button as we know it might be done for. Could be interesting. Okay, so now we've got glass. What do we need? Vacuum pump. And we need this stuff. We do not have much for this at all. I need 100 of this block. I gotta do 10 of these. Yikes. Yeah, shorts, the way, because YouTube's pushing them, eventually most shorts will bang views. Now, banging views depends on how you qualify what a banger is. Like, for me, a banger is a good couple of hundred, because it's, obviously it's more than, it's on my average, if you like. That's the way that I look at it. Like, when I kind of had a look at Chapter 2, Chapter 2 was a banger in a video for me. It got way more views than most of my other stuff has. But then the shorts, I do a short and it gets 33,000 views. That just blows my mind. Just stripping a little clip from a video. Yeah, that's just it, John. It doesn't have to show on desktop. It shouldn't show on desktop. If it's designed specifically for mobile, keep it in the mobile app. Like, it has its own little shelf that they can view it on from a mobile. Keep it there. Just don't get it in our way. The time and a place for shorts. IMO. It kind of is and it isn't. There's a metric there that, like, it describes that though for a creator hitting 100,000 feels like a big goal, the argument from YouTube is there's so many more people on the platform now that it isn't necessarily as difficult as what it was once. YouTube's becoming more acceptable, whereas way back when it was just kind of, it was an odd thing. I don't think they're going to get away, they're not going to do away with the silver or the 100,000 subscriber thing completely. They're just going to change how they do it. And eventually it sounds like the gold might go as well. They'll just change how they make it just because it costs them like $400 just to make one. And obviously as a creator you get it for free. However, if you do want to buy a replacement, it costs you like $800 or $1,000. So they lose a lot of money. And if you look at channels, like I'm saying, channels that post a lot of shorts make the subscriber count pretty quick. So yeah, they're going to try to want to slow down the number of channels that can get a reward just because it's too easy to get, if you like. I understand that, and I agree with you. There is a lot more competition this day and age, but I think that's the difference as well. There's a lot more competition, but there's a lot more people in general. There's a lot more eyes on the platform. So yes, the competition is bigger, but the viewers are also a lot bigger than they ever have been, and it continues to grow. The old ones were better, where you kind of got an actual, like, sort of play button thing. The old ones were way different. They were wavy. Okay, so I've got enough to build one of them transfer tubes. No, I don't. I need to build this, which is going to take away nothing. Ah, lovely. Just more metal. Everything's metal. I know what I should have done. What's that rock refinery miner thing? Is this it? Seed press. There it is. Ooh. I'm going to do that. That might be a bit counterproductive. We just made all that metal, but whoop, in the long run, I need more normal metal. In the long run, it's going to work out better. Can I just cheat a little bit and hang this off of this one? I can. Do we have any paint? I don't have any paint on me. Paint, please. Paint, 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 paint. I don't know paint. I must have. What? Oh, there it is. I am a little blind. I don't know why I took the metal out of there. So then we need that. Darn it. That's it, John. That's it. Aim for the diamond. Settle for nothing. Nothing less. Okay, cool. Yes, that's cool. Right, and then we're going to uncraft that, and then we should get some good out of that. How does the miner work? So you throw it to the ground, you stick it on the ground, and then I've got to connect it up with a fuel tank. I wonder if we can... No. So you got to connect it up to a fuel tank to run it. Then if you connect a chest to it, my understanding is the chest will fill with metal, and the miner itself has internal storage. So the internal storage of the miner will fill with stone, and the chest will fill with metal. And then all should be good in the world. All being well. Okay, cool. Though I should have 20 normal metal, but... Still only got 10. Interesting. Never mind. So yeah, if we hook this up... There is a water engine. Well, I say water engine, it's a steam engine. I don't think you need to connect it like so. I think it literally... Yeah, you have to connect it so. Put that in there, and then we need a switch on this as well. Switching... And then we'll just nick the chest that we've got up there. He's not doing anything right now. Plonk him down here. And my understanding is, if I connect that to that and turn it on, it'll start pumping, and eventually... Whoop, yeah, so... Okay, so it does fill with both stone and metal, but that'll basically what that does. That'll produce over the time. I wonder if I can put it... Does it have to be on the ground? Or can I put it connected to stuff up the top? Oh dear, John. How cheesy is that? It's right though. Everybody makes a difference. Without a doubt, everybody does make a difference. I wonder if I can put this... I'm pretty sure he's programmed it so it can't be in the air kind of thing. But I'll try it. We'll try it. We won't try it because I can't flick the button at the same time. There you go. It must be placed on flat terrain. It tells you. Cool. I have no idea what happened to the stone that was in there, though. The stone has just gone. But yeah, that's basically the miner thing. So that could just chip away and do that. How are they diamonds? Wait, what? How? Because everybody is a diamond. The importance of individuals. Now I've got to wait forever and a day to do this, though. Never mind. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Right, we'll get this last raid out the way. I should have actually looked to see what it's like in terms of gas consumption. Never mind. Having said that, we are right next to a pool of liquid, so we could start to be a little bit more, whatchamacallit, efficient with our productions of stuff. We'll find a way. Well, Mr. Boss, it depends how scientific you want to get. Every atom is a carbon atom or something like that, and everybody's carbon. Diamonds are made of carbon. If you can press somebody under enough pressure, you will in fact get a diamond out of a human. Bit grim, but it's kind of the truth. So, technically speaking, or theoretically speaking, whichever the right word is, everybody is a diamond. We are made out of them. We're made of the same stuff a diamond is. Science. Oh, that's all fuel used, okay. Can we make any more of these little chests? No, not now, because I spent all of my metal. Fantastic. Do-do-do-do. Whee! Honestly, it's the truth. Might be weird, but it is the truth. It's true. You can make a diamond sword out of your enemy. What do you think all those Minecraft swords are? They're all the deceased that have been slain on the way to victory. These things spawn in a strange place. Oh, we do have a haybot. Yay! Squish. Thanks for trying. Have a good day. And that's everybody dead. Right, me lovely folks. I'm literally just going to harvest all this up, run this leg back, and then I'm going to end the stream for today. I know it's been a short one. I appreciate that it's so short. And that's not everybody's favourite. But it's also New Year. And I need to actually eat. What the heck? I need to actually eat at some point during these days. I realised I stream pretty much at lunchtime where I am, and then I end up going for 3 or 4 hours and I don't get any dinner, which isn't healthy and it's not good for you. And unfortunately, although it's been the kind of year that it has, I don't have any lockdown love handles to lose, so not good. Not good at all. But I might drop a little something later on tonight. Might have already put it up. It's not going to be scrap mechanic related, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, my lovely people, I just wanted to say thank you very much. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. This past week, or however long, what have I done? I've done 30. That's like 2 weeks of live stream? No way. But you guys have been fantastic all this time. Dropping in, seeing the same old regular faces, seeing some new faces. Seeing the lovely little people of the smaller scrap mechanic channels as well. A nice little community that we seem to be building one way or another. It's been great seeing everybody. So I hope you guys have a lovely new year. Whatever you end up doing, keep safe. More importantly, whatever you do end up doing, keep safe. Don't be bonkers. The world's in the bin as it is. Let's try not to help it go further. And I'll catch you all some point in the new year. Keep safe, everybody. Have a good time. And I'll see you next time.